Dan Murphy is the president and CEO of Bridgestone Golf, a member of the Fairways of Life family. Dan, you guys came out with this new concept called MindSet with the golf balls. And I'm curious about the success that you're having in making people understand that through the mind, through preparation, through visualization, through execution, that can be tied in directly to the graphics that you have on this golf ball. Could you take us through the genesis of that concept?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Matt, so good to be on Fairways of Life. Good to see you,
Pleasure.
buddy. Um, yeah, Mindset is a new launch that we just started this year, and we're really excited about it. And what we learned was, as we look back on our career and what happened on tour over the last 30 years, you think back on it, the 90s was the decade of equipment. It got bigger, it got better, it was fitted, and that trickled down to consumers. And we all are now typically fitted for our golf equipment. The next big wave that we saw happen on tour was fitness. Tiger came on the scene and he made golfers athletes, and all of us, including myself, try to stay as fit as we can so we can play good golf. And what we're seeing now on tour that has not yet come down to the consumer level is mindfulness. And that's where we thought that there was a real opportunity and for players and for ourselves, frankly, to introduce the mindset technology. And mindset basically is a three-step process to help you clear your mind, have a process, and hit the ball better and more consistently. The first step in that is to identify your target. It's represented by a red circle on the golf ball. The second step is to visualize your shot path. And then the third is just to clear your mind, focus on a green dot, and hit the ball. And what we've done is we teamed up with Jason Day. He's
Mm-hmm.
been, as you guys know, as golf fans, Jason is a real advocate and a real disciplined guy when it comes to focusing his energy and hitting the golf ball properly. He visualizes the shot. We got with him, and it really matched with what we were working on. And he has a coach named Jason Goldsmith. And we got with those two guys, and we said, hey, here's an idea. We want to get into the visual technology on a golf ball, and we want to do something really cool. And he said, that's great because I'm doing something. And this new mindset technology allows him to stay focused, gives him a discipline on every shot. And, you asked in the beginning, Matt, how's it going? And the best part about it is it's going really well. We launched it at the PGA show in January. We shipped it in February. And so we're seeing sell through at retail, and things are perking along for us.
Awesome stuff. You guys revolutionized the golf ball industry when you started to do mass fittings. Your message to golfers everywhere was not every golf ball fits every single golfer. Make sure you play a ball that's right for you and right for your game. It fundamentally changed the industry. And if you want evidence of that, folks, recognize that companies that previously had been of a mindset to go, no, you don't need to get fit, just play ours. Ours is the best you can get. And instead, everybody's now embracing and going, yeah, getting fit really does work. So let me get an update from you, if I can, President of Bridgestone Golf, Dan Murphy. Where are you at with fitting now that I know you still could do it in person. I know you guys could do it online. It continues to expand. It continues to make an impact.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to 2008, and we started ball fitting. We realized that there was a real truth that needed to be told in the industry, and that was that there's not a one size fits all golf ball for everybody. We all wear different size shirts, double X for me, and maybe a size 12 shoe, and that doesn't necessarily fit everybody, nor does the same golf ball fit everybody's game. And so we popularized ball fitting, and it really, through the years, has separated us from the competition. We continue to be the number one ball fitter in golf. This year, we're relaunching live ball fittings. We're going out into the field with teams of guys all across America and offering offering ball fitting to individual consumers. So we're super excited about that. Ball fitting continues to be a real central part about what we're doing, and getting the right golf ball, particularly as we saw golf expand over the last couple of years, right? We had a lot of new players come during the pandemic, and getting them into the proper equipment and the proper golf ball that's going to give them the best amount of success, we think is is the way to keep them involved, and that's really the goal of all of us.
There's a lot of noise in the industry, Dan, as you well know, and I think part of the message from Bridgestone that deserves to be heightened and known far more so than it currently is, in fairness, is the amount of technology that you continue to impart into your golf balls. So I guess the first question I would have there is, how do you do it? How do you guys continue to innovate such as you do time and time again? And what can all of us know better about the technology that's inherent in these golf balls?
Yeah, well, the 2024 B, it's a launch year for us. The 2024 Tour B is an exciting year for us. And like we talked about technology on the outside with the MindSet technology, there's new technology on the inside as well. And one of the reasons that we separate ourselves and we think we create the best golf ball in the world is we really get input from our pros. Like Tiger, for example, is on our staff, and Tiger is a great resource for our R&D group. He really helps us tune into to what works for his game and what he's doing. And so Tiger really helps us a lot. And this year's golf ball features a new generation of cover and mantle. We popularized and launched a smart cover technology. It's really kind of crazy, Matt, that the, the material science that goes into our golf ball, similar to what goes into our tires as Bridgestone tire, is really quite amazing. This is a smart material. It basically gets firm when you want it firm, which is on a driver shot, so the ball goes a long way, but it stays soft when you want it soft, which is on a wedge shot, so you have control and spin. And so, as you know, to put it into Tiger's words, it's the holy grail of golf balls. It's longer off the tee, and it's still soft around the green. And you know, ball fitting is something that we popularized for consumers, but it also works for guys like Tiger Woods. He changed his golf ball this year. He used to play our XS, which was a higher spinning, firmer golf ball, and he changed this year to the new Tour B X. And he did that because his game's changing, his needs change, and we want to change along with him. And you know, we encourage not only pros to get ball fit, but also consumers.
Well, let me tap into that for a second, Dan, because I know you stay very much in touch with your brand ambassadors, and we don't know what's going on with Tiger. We won't know for a few more days until he gets a chance to address the media. What are you hearing from Tiger Woods? How's he feeling? How do you have any idea how his form is?
Well, I can't speak for him, obviously, but we're hopeful and quite frankly expect that he'll be in Augusta next week. And you know, we read the news reports like you do. You know, maybe he was there, maybe he wasn't. We don't know. Practicing up, but we're super excited about next week. We know that I can tell you this for sure. He wants to be there. He wants to play well. He wants to get that next major, and we firmly believe he's capable and ready to do that. So we're excited for next week. It's going to be a great week.
Speaking of Tiger, you a few years ago in 2019, if you recall, we were live on the air on Golf Channel, and you picked him to win months and months in advance. And of course, he won epically that year at Augusta National. So, can I tap into the crystal ball of Dan Murphy at this point? Who is going to win the 2024 Masters?
Wow. Well, of course, I'm going to say Tiger Woods in a playoff with Jason Day. But yeah, I remember that time. It was the 2019 PGA show, and you put me on the spot, and I called it right. So that's the pinnacle of my my TV appearances with you. So that was a great moment.
Well, I hope you told Tiger about that when you picked him back then. I actually do think I think Jason Day's got a very good shot to be in the mix this year, based upon we were just going through all kinds of statistical data and otherwise before you were coming in. Before we move off the golf balls, because I want to ask you a couple of industry questions, have someone of your stature on the show. I want to ask you about price points, because we talk so much about technology, rightfully so, because it's fascinating. But a lot of people also walk into a golf shop, and the first thing they do is they're going to go for a price point. How about the variety of offerings that Bridgestone has in golf balls?
Well, I think we've got something for everybody. Again, Bridgestone is certainly about the pros and making great golf balls for Tiger Woods and Jason Day and Fred Couples and others. But we've always been focused on the recreational player and making sure that they get the ball that's right for their game. And not only does that mean a technology solution, but also a price point solution that fits what they're expecting and what they want to do. So we've got golf balls across the spectrum, starting with our Tour B. We've held price where others have gone up. we want to provide a value to consumers. So our typical shelf price is $49.99 on the Tour Bs, and then you jump down to our E series, which is more of our popular priced product, starting at $34.99 with the E12, all the way down to E6 at $24.99. So we've got something for everybody, and we don't tell folks that the only solution for them is to play a tour ball. There's really great solutions down in the middle of the market for folks to be able to play a golf ball that really fits their game and is appropriate to their game. So
And it is
yeah,
also
we'll
packed with
continue.
technology.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like the E12, for example, is a softer compression ball. It's made to fly straight. So if you got a little bit of problem keeping the golf ball on the golf course, the E12 would be a good solution. It's a lower spinning ball off the tee, so it'll give you a better chance of staying on the fairway.
All right. So, Dan, as the president of a major golf manufacturer equipment company, we're in really interesting times right now. Not long ago, the USGA and the R&A announced their intention to roll back technology, and that is in an environment where the game at what I call the 99.99% level is absolutely booming. So let me just start there. What is the reaction of Bridgestone Golf to the prospect of golf ball technology being rolled back, not just for the elite, but for all?
Well, in a nutshell, we're opposed to that new ruling. We we sympathize with the USGA. We have a great relationship with the USGA. We have a long partnership with the USGA, but on this one, we're not quite there with them. The game is booming. We don't really see a benefit to taking distance out of the recreational players' hands. So we would prefer that not to be the case. Now, that being said, we are a company that follows rules, and if it comes to be that rule actually happens, and I think we've got till 2028 to see if it does, we'll certainly comply and make golf balls that that are conforming, but we'll also be very mindful as to what the consumer wants to do, and ultimately it's the consumer that's going to guide us as to where we all go.
Yeah, and of course, you have that much time where you have thousands and thousands of engineers from the tire side of the business into your guys under your roof that can come up with new technologies, perhaps to balance where we're going with the game in that regard. Now, to those points of the game booming, it's another really interesting place that we are. The 99.99% is very healthy, really healthy. There's different sections of the country, many sections, where it's difficult to even get a tee time because the game is so popular. But the game at its highest tier, where you'll be under the tree next week talking to many of the people that are part of all this, they're trying to find themselves. They're searching. Any thoughts on that dichotomy between the contrast of the two halves?
Well, it is. It is a strange time, and we're all pretty much burned out and overloaded with all the news about who's doing what and who's defecting, who's not, and are they going to get together? Are they not going to get together? We've been a tour partner for many, many years, and so we believe in the tour, the PGA Tour. We were a title sponsor of the WGC Bridgestone Invitational for 13 years, and I was right in the middle of all that. And so we were, a signature event before the term signature event came along with the WGC event. And so, we're rooting for the industry, really, is what we're hoping to see the industry come back together. We think that the best thing for everybody is a unified professional tour. So we hope that everybody can work out their differences and figure this thing out. But more important to us is the way that we make a living and the way that we pay our bills is that we sell golf balls to Saturday morning golfers. And to your point, that part of the business is very, very healthy, and we're thrilled that just to give you a quick scenario, I've been in the business for about 30 years, and you think back on the time when Tiger came on the scene in 98, 99, and the industry had a big jump start, and then we stayed kind of fat and happy for a long time, all the way up to the financial crisis of 08, 09. And then golf went through a long drought from the financial crisis all the way up to when Tiger won the Masters in 2019. And then here we are at the height of a new growth era for golf, and the numbers are great. participation's great. What we had 530 million rounds of golf being played in
Oh,
2023. That's the highest ever. And so, yeah, we're excited about the health of the consumer game, and that's where we're going to keep our focus.
yeah, over $100 billion a year, folks, in direct economic impact from the golf industry. It is a major economic engine in the United States, and they are a major contributor to everything on the golf equipment side of the game. Bridgestone Golf, Dan Murphy is the president. Earlier, he used the phrase that truth in the industry. That truth at that context was about the importance of players getting fit for golf balls because it does matter to your performance. Log on to bridgestonegolf.com and you can check out everything that we have been discussing with Dan Murphy. Dan, we're proud of you guys. We thank you for what you guys have meant to the golf industry, and you continue to.
Thank you, Maddie. It's great to be with you, buddy. We'll see you.
Good to see you too. Maybe I'll see you next week. Hope our paths cross.